Hello, my name is Sara Kamal, and I would like to share my experience in being a MINA kid. Well, MINA stands for the Muslim Youth of North America. It aims for Muslim youth to learn what it means to be a Muslim American, how to be involved in their communities, and how to balance Islam with American culture. MINA holds the philosophy that MINA is for the youth and by the youth, and the campers that go to these so-called MINA camps are called MINA kids. I became involved with MINA in the summer of 2014. I flew all the way from Texas to Michigan just to be there. I was very nervous and shaken because not only was this a new experience, but I also had to dress Islamically. I grew up in the South, but even though it was a rough start to my camp, it was a very beneficial experience. In the beginning, I felt super awkward and thought that I had nothing in common with the people there. But after talking to them, I felt extremely welcomed and realized that we were all just struggling with the same things, such as school, our Muslim identities, and especially what scarf matches with what accessories. MINA became my home away from home because of the people I had met there. But even then, my MINA journey had just begun. I was still simply a camper and had no idea what made camp so great. 2 girls who were in my cabin were on the camp committee. I didn't know what that was at the time, but when I asked someone, they told me that they were responsible for the entire camp, meaning the activities, the speakers, our counselors, the campers, and most importantly, the snacks. I remember being amazed. How are these kids who were my age responsible for this entire camp? And at that moment, I knew that I wanted to be involved with MINA. And so I was. I attended the next camper that winter, and it was freezing, but it was still amazing. It was a little different because we were inside for most of the time, but the camp committee came up with so many fun activities for us to do, ranging from Islamic Jeopardy to balancing marshmallows on sticks and wrapping our counselors like mummies. I also bonded with my cabin because we bonded over hot Cheetos and borrowing each other's clothes. We even had some deep conversations that made us closer as a cabin. I learned so much from my cabin, and one in particular was from a small town in Kentucky. She was the only girl in her whole school that wore a hijab, or a headscarf. I thought it was so brave of her to wear a headscarf in a place where she could possibly be prejudiced against. After that very camp, I became involved with the community side of MINA. I was given the position as a PR, or a public representative, for a Texas camp that was in the spring. I was responsible for the social media aspect, meaning like Facebook, and I was also responsible for contacting masjids, potential campers, and counselors. It was a fun experience, and after that camp, I was promoted to the South Central Public Representative. I helped plan a recent camp this past winter that was a success. Everybody left with good memories, and even though it was a little hectic, we all were very happy in the end. I'm still relatively new to MINA, and I started going when I was 15, whereas other kids were going since they were 10. MINA was like a love at first sight for me. And I immediately wanted to become more than just a camper, so I became a public representative. And as a public representative, I have many responsibilities, including being a leader for my fellow campers. But I love it, and I stand by the philosophy that MINA is for the youth and by the youth, and I will always be a MINA kid. Thank you.